On the eve of Diwali, Indian-American doctor Avinash Gupta was awarded the Humanitarian Award by Monmouth Medical Center-Southern Campus for his exemplary work in public health and social service, especially for the COVID-19 related relief work in India and US. Dr. Gupta, Chief of Cardiology and President-elect of the medical staff at Monmouth Medical Center-Southern Campus in New Jersey, launched a teleconsultation service that provided relief to the poor during the deadly second wave of COVID-19 in 2021 in India. He and his wife, Dr. Geeta Gupta, who hail from Ranchi, attended to over 1,000 patients, easing the pressure on overburdened hospitals. He raised over $250,000 for medical relief in India and helped Astha, a Patna-based NGO, to establish a 10-bed COVID care center. He coordinated with other doctors to arrange medicines and send oxygen concentrators to India. He virtually attended to many distraught families in the US who didn't have medical insurance and couldn't visit a medical facility during the COVID-19 lockdown. Congratulating Dr. Gupta, Consul General of India, New York, Randhir Jaiswal said, "He truly deserved. It is an understatement. We have seen his commitment to serving people during the pandemic, and not just in US, but as far away as India. Dr. Gupta's service is an inspiration for many. His community leadership continues to glow." Let's watch some highlights.
Of doing that. I will say when I first met him, I found him to be a very humble person who was very well respected by everybody, both as a physician, as a clinician, and as a person. And definitely through COVID, you could see even more of the type of person he was. Obviously, his commitment to his work is seen at our Southern Campus, but also from the country where he comes from, India. He did immigrate to the United States in 1986, did his residency in internal medicine and cardiology in New York. He established his practice in 1994, and he and his wife, Geeta Gupta, an internist, made the Southern Campus their home, and they've been here ever since. Dr. Gupta has a number of positions that he has held and work that he has done, which I'm going to list some of them. He was the past president of Monmouth Ocean chapter of the American Association of Physicians of Indian Origin. He organized 50 physicians, pharmacists, and RNs to assist the delivery of vaccines in Ocean County back when no one had the ability to really receive vaccines early on in the pandemic. Also, Dr. Gupta and his wife provided free telemedicine during the COVID crisis to thousands of patients, raising over $250,000 for medical relief. And just other examples of the life that he leads as a person and as a physician. The work that he did was actually seen on NBC, which was a tremendous program. He also is the founder of the Indian Culture Community Center in Toms River. He's been married to his wife for 33 years and lives in Toms River as well. His son, Avinash Gupta, is a surgical resident up at Livingston, part of the RWJ system. Those are just a few of the items that I found about Dr. Gupta. But I have to admit, as I was reviewing these a couple nights ago, it felt somewhat empty for myself to read off a number of things. So I thought I just needed to figure out, how something more personal about Dr. Gupta through all his life. And so I was able to connect with one of his friends that has known him since he was a child, Dr. Bola Nathuram. And I got to speak to him. And I said to him, listen, he's receiving this award, and if you would just provide me a few minutes, if I asked you two things that describe the person that he is, what would those two things be? And he paused for a minute, and he said, he's a man of determination and character. And I'll tell you two things about him. He said, where I went to school, where I met him, I lived down the street from my school, but the school was further from his house. But his parents said he wanted him to go to the school. So he walked 4 miles a day each way for years to attend that school. And the determination of a child at 8 years old all the way up through, walking literally 8 miles a day to school, is really the person that you're introducing in a night or two. And the second thing I'll tell you is he went to America, he supported a lot of people and done a lot of programs, but about 15 years ago, he found a very, very small village in a very remote area that's extremely poor. He said I would imagine it reminds him of his father and where his father came from. And he established a school for children that he said it probably is around 400 or 500 students that are there annually. He visits that school 2 times a year, and he and his wife fund that school 100% financially, and he has done so over the last 15 years. So he said, that's the person that you're introducing for this award. And so with that kind of nailed it for me. That's where the determination comes for a small child to do what he did just to attend the school for his education. And not only all these items that I read earlier, but when you look at what he quietly does back in a small village in India, shows the type of character that he has and the willingness to help others. And although I've been here for a short time, you can see that myself and everyone else that knows him are the recipients of a person of that great character. So I am honored if you would come up with your wife, Dr. Gupta. Whoa!
Good evening, my family. I would like to thank Monmouth Medical Center-Southern Campus Foundation for considering me worthy of this honor. Tonight, I share this award with many who helped me along the way and contributed to this proud moment in my life. My wife, Dr. Geeta Gupta, and our son, Dr. Avinash Gupta, have been the driving forces behind my hard work, and I would like to thank them for standing by me through thick and thin. Thank you, Geeta, my family, my friends, and my